The concept of woman the hunter is being re-examined in current studies in an effort to correct historical inaccuracies. Greetings to everyone. The subject of today's video involves a recent study that utilizes both physical and archaeological evidence to support the notion that prehistoric women not only participated in hunting, but were also biologically advantaged for it. Without further ado, let us commence with our discussion. As a child, Kara Okobock frequently marveled at the depictions of prehistoric humans in various forms of media, such as movies, books, comics, and cartoons. These portrayals often depicted men as hunters, wielding spears, while women were depicted as gatherers with babies strapped to their backs and baskets of crop seeds in hand. According to Okobock, what people are accustomed to seeing is a representation that has been upheld in our natural history museums. This is an assumption that has been ingrained in our minds for a long time. Years later, Okobock, who is currently an assistant professor in the Department of Anthropology and also serves as the director of the Human Energetics Laboratory at the University of Notre Dame, found herself studying the physiology of human beings and prehistoric data as a human biologist. She unearthed evidence that contradicted many previously held beliefs about the gender roles of early humans. The prevailing theory was that males were biologically superior, but that interpretation was incomplete and failed to represent the entire narrative. Okobock, in collaboration with Sarah Lacey, a biological archaeology specialist at the University of Delaware, has recently published 2 studies in the journal American Anthropologist. These studies, which relied on both archaeological and physiological evidence, reveal that prehistoric women not only participated in hunting, but were also inherently better suited for it due to their biological makeup. The two-pronged approach of the research sheds light on the underrepresented role of women in prehistoric hunting practices. Okobock and her co-author conducted research that had 2 important components. This research was even featured as the cover story for the November issue of Scientific American. Okobock stated that their approach was not to erase our history, but to rectify it. Specifically, they aimed to correct a history that had previously ignored the contributions of women. The 2 researchers conducting a physiological study have concluded that prehistoric women were highly proficient in hunting and capable of sustaining the physically demanding activity for extended periods of time. According to Okobock, the female body is better adapted to endurance-based tasks, which would have been crucial during early hunting methods. This was due to the need to exhaust the prey before engaging in the actual killing. In other words, the women would have had to run the animals down to wear them out before making the final move. Estrogen and adiponectin are 2 hormones that have a significant impact on metabolism, contributing to its enhancement. Female bodies contain higher levels of these hormones compared to male bodies, making them prominent contributors. The function of these hormones is crucial in enabling the female body to regulate glucose and fat, which is a key factor in athletic performance. The hormone estrogen plays a crucial role in regulating the metabolism of fat, as it prompts the body to utilize its reserves of fat for energy before tapping into its carbohydrate stores. According to Okobock, due to the higher caloric content of fat in comparison to carbohydrates, it is a more sustained and gradual source of energy. This results in an increased duration of energy and a delay in the onset of fatigue. One of the lesser-known benefits of estrogen is its ability to safeguard the body's cells from damage caused by heat exposure resulting from intense physical activity. According to Okobock, estrogen is an unacknowledged hero in everyday life. It plays an essential role in maintaining cardiovascular and metabolic health, promoting optimal brain growth, and aiding in the healing process of injuries. According to Okobock, adiponectin not only increases fat metabolism, but also preserves carbohydrate and/or protein metabolism, ensuring the body's endurance during prolonged exertions, even over great distances. Adiponectin's protective qualities also extend to the muscles, preventing them from breaking down and keeping them in optimal condition for sustained physical activity. Okobock and Lacey discovered that the physical structure of the female body provided hunters in prehistoric times with an additional advantage in terms of endurance and efficiency. According to Okobock, The wider hip structure of females enabled them to rotate their hips, resulting in longer strides. Longer strides are metabolically more efficient, allowing for greater distances to be covered at a faster pace. If you adopt this perspective on human anatomy, it is possible to perceive women as marathon runners in comparison to men, who can be likened to powerlifters. Numerous discoveries made in archaeology suggest that women in prehistoric times not only partook in dangerous close-range hunting, but also highly valued it. We have tended to portray Neanderthal hunting as an intimate and personal method of hunting, explained Okobok. This implies that hunters often had to get in close proximity to their prey to ensure a successful kill. Therefore, we observe that males and females have identical injuries resulting from hunting when we examine their fossil records. Okobok drew a parallel between the traumatic injuries suffered by ancient humans and those sustained by present-day rodeo clowns. The injuries were typically to the head and chest, caused by kicks from the animal, or to the limbs, caused by bites or fractures. Interestingly, these injuries were found at a similar rate and pattern in both genders, Okobok noted. This suggests that both men and women were involved in hunting large game animals using an ambush approach. According to Okobok, there are two findings that suggest the presence of female hunters in ancient Peru during the Holocene epoch. First, it appears that females were interred with hunting implements. This evidence suggests that these women placed a significant value on these tools, perhaps indicating their use in daily life or as a symbol of status. Second, the discovery of these burial sites and accompanying artifacts implies that women were active hunters in this area during this time period, a fact that challenges traditional gender roles in hunting. Okobok added that there is no evidence to suggest that prehistoric women stopped hunting while carrying their children, breastfeeding, or during pregnancy. Additionally, there is no indication in history that a rigid sexual division of labor existed in the past. According to Okobok, the ultimate conclusion was that hunting was not an exclusive activity for men, but rather a communal effort, particularly in ancient societies where survival was a collective responsibility. In those times, there were not enough individuals in any given group to specialize in specific duties, so everyone had to possess a diverse skill set to endure. Simply put, being a generalist was essential for survival. The significance of this discovery is amplified in our current political climate, where discussions about sex and gender are at the forefront of public discourse, remarked Okobok. My aim is to challenge the long-standing belief in the physical inferiority of women and provide an opportunity for individuals to shift their perspectives on this matter. In regards to the reconstruction of history for the sake of better comprehension and to conduct sound scientific research, Okobok stated that scientists must exercise extreme caution to prevent modern biases from influencing their interpretations of past events. She warned that researchers must remain conscious of their own biases and ensure that they are posing appropriate questions so as not to fall victim to confirmation bias. According to Okobok, it is imperative that we alter the preconceptions we hold before making judgments. In a more comprehensive context, it is unfair to presume someone's capabilities based solely on their gender. It is important to take a step back and reflect before assigning such biases. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.